Okay, now we are discussing here replication. We are discussing here the topic related to replication. Okay, before going to deep, what is the requirement? So here I am designing the overall workflow of replication. So first we need to know the what is the core requirement. Okay, first thing core requirement is we need to transfer the data from one database to another database. That is the core. So what are the ways to transfer the data from one database to another database? We have multiple ways. Multiple means the three ways. One is snapshot, next is transactional, next is merge. These are the three ways in SQL Server to transfer the data from one source to another source. Okay, but here we are discussing the snapshot based replication. In snapshot, how the data is transferred from one source to another source on this target. So what we are doing here is we are designing the architecture, how the data is flowing and what are the components we need in order to complete those requirements. And okay, so before going to the database architectural design of the replication, so I will explain briefly what we are doing in a snapshot replication. Let us take, we have source. Okay, and this is my source. In this source we have some multiple databases. Let us take, this is the one database. I need to transfer the data from this database which is belonging to the source one to database which is available on another remote to the other remote database. In that remote database, respective database and respective table. So what we are doing, overall, just brief overall workflow is we have one server or one database. The particular server, we have one database. And from that database we have multiple data here. This data I need to transfer to the target. This is the target contain multiple database, and in that multiple database we have to select particular database. In that database I need to dump the data. So basic workflow is, from one source I need to transfer the data from the source of the respective database. In that database, either subset of the table, but we have to select particular tables, or whole database, or in the particular table subset of data. Okay, what are things is either whole database. Whole database means all tables, all functions, all stored procedures, all objects which are belonging to this database. Okay, I need to transfer whole database. This is the one thing. Other than, if not whole database, we need to select particular object. Particular object means some particular tables or some functions, like that. Instead of whole database object, we need to select particular objects. Again, instead of whole table, third one is, instead of whole table we can do filter, or instead of whole data we need to filter the data, and subset of data I need to transfer. This is the whole data of the particular table. From that I need to transfer this subset. Okay, this subset of data only I need to transfer to the target. Okay, this is the general overall requirement. What we are doing, we have one database. From that database we are collecting the table. We are collecting not only the table, we are taking multiple objects. Those objects we are transferring to the some other server contained database, and we are dumping those data in the respective other server data. Okay, this is the rough uh, workflow or rough requirement of the replication. Okay, in which we are discussing now, which one is snapshot replication. Okay, so first I will explain, I need to draw the architecture, and then after I will continue what are the components, and each component what are the responsibilities taking. Then after, we have major components are SQL server agent, snapshot agent, transactional agent, and then merge agent. These are the four components, and here I am explaining. First we need to go to the sequence from the if we are going to the sequence manner. Okay, first I need to explain SQL server agent component. What are the roles, responsibilities taken by the SQL server agent component in order to do replication, whether transactional, snapshot, or merge replication. Then I need to discuss what is the snapshot agent, what are the roles responsibility taken by the snapshot agent when it is doing the replication of merge transactional and snapshot. Then after I will continue like this for transactional and merge replication merge agent. Okay, so now I am continuing the architectural point. Okay, this is this is my publisher, and this publisher server contain multiple databases in which, let us take, this is publisher database. From that database I need to transfer. So we have configuration. I will explain those configuration. So what data, which type of data, what are the objects we need to send, those are encapsulated in publication. Okay, so we have one publisher database, server. These publisher servers contain multiple database in which we are selecting one publisher database. In that database we are creating the publication, which is nothing but what data I need to transfer. So publication also contain multiple objects like articles. I will explain when I am going deeply dig into the snapshot agent responsibility. At the time these all components I need to explain deeply, otherwise snapshot agent work based on this component publication articles, but I am explaining here only rough overall view. These are the these are the things which are belonging to the publisher server. Then we have, let us take, we have one distribution server. This distribution server contain agents. In that I have distribution agent, snapshot agent, and SQL server agent. Okay, distribution agent and snapshot agent. So this component take the responsibility, snapshot agent take the responsibility to run the publication. Run the publication means creating the snapshot, means creating the raw files. Raw files is nothing but the data files which I need to transfer to the consumer server or target server. So snapshot agent take the responsibility. Then what are the snapshot agents? Generating raw data to compress. After compressing this distribution agent, okay, the snapshot agent after generating this data, it is storing in some particular folder. After compressing, after getting the data and to the data, after compressing, it is storing those data in snapshot folder. From that snapshot folder, this distribution agent take those value and send those value to the consumer or subscription database. In that particular database, subscription server, from that subscription server, particular database and respective tables, it is dumping. Those are dumping done by the distribution agent. Okay, you got it here. So snapshot agent connect to the publisher, read publication, based on the publication of the respective articles, generate the raw data, and to that raw data it is doing some compression or processing or encryption. It is doing something compression, encryption, or something processing it is doing. After doing this processing, it is storing in some folder, snapshot folder. Then after some way it need to update to the distributor. After that, because after updating, then only this distribution agent take the responsibility to read the files which are available in this folder. So snapshot agent take the responsibility to update some way to the distribution agent. Then only distribution agent take the responsibility to retrieve those data from the folder and send to the subscription server and insert those data in the respective database and respective table. Okay, these are the overall workflow. Okay, and I will just give the workflow. One is distribution. This is publisher database. These publisher database contain publication. Okay, based on the publication, snapshot agent, it generates some folders contain the files which are in compressed snapshot folder. Snapshot agent retrieve the data from the publisher database by seeing the publication and then insert into the snapshot folder. From that snapshot folder, distribution agent read those data from the snapshot folder and send to the subscription database. Okay, these are the architecture. Now next thing I need to discuss is what are the responsibilities taken by individual agent. So we have snapshot agent, distribution agent. Before these two agents, your main agent is SQL Server agent. So first this agent will be activated. Then after this agent will call this snapshot agent to do this thing, whatever you are doing, like publication, creating the raw data, whatever you do. Before that, SQL Server agent will hit this snapshot agent. Then only it is then. So snapshot agent will not run individually, independently. So someone will trigger this snapshot agent. Who will trigger that snapshot agent? Either we have to call manually, some commands are there, exe snapshot .exe. We are giving the publication and publisher server and publication database, target server, consumer database, and then distribution. We are giving this snapshot exe file. These are the inputs to run this snapshot. This is one way to run the snapshot. It is run by manually, but in real time those things manually is not happen. It is run by some other agent. In database we have scheduler type, like how we develop in CodeNest. Schedulers are there which take the responsibility to run something like notification, serial number, periodically running the serial number, periodically integration services, like that. In SQL Server there is scheduler is there. That scheduler is nothing but SQL Server agent. That agent take the responsibility to trigger multiple individual components. So first we'll discuss SQL Server agent to trigger this snapshot agent. Okay, this SQL Server agent, before triggering this snapshot agent, what are the things it requires? Like, in order to trigger this snapshot agent exe by the whom SQL Server agent, we call this snapshot agent. But in order to call this snapshot agent, SQL Server agent know these are the configuration. So from where this configuration this SQL Server agent will receive. So these are things we'll discuss, okay, from the database table design point of view.